Let me just lower that a little bit. I love getting notified on my phone that I'm live streaming. I watch myself so much that I get notified every time I start streaming. I watch myself so much. Oh, we're not signed into RA just yet. Hang on, let me just restart. Huh. Give me 1 second. We're just gonna turn off display capture real quick. It looks like RetroArch and by extension RetroAchievements are giving me a bit of trouble. There it is. Okay. Just want to make sure I'm good to go before I try to get into this and I realize I haven't unlocked a single achievement. Okay, do that. Hit resume. Turn back on video capture. And naturally, I have to post this on the one form of social media I have, which is my Snapchat story that I post my live streams on. Not my live streams themselves, but, you know, I post a picture of me going live. Just... It didn't shorten my title, did it? Yeah, no, it's okay. Had to make sure it still said, I hate Rusturf Tunnel so much. Here we are. Welcome back to the Pokemon Emerald Professor Oak Challenge. The thing that I am so excited to keep playing. As you can see, jeez, we have our little army here collecting items for us as we try and get the remaining levels for our good boy Kipper over here. Good old Snoofer, Sniffer, Sneefer, Snuffer, and Snaffer. Our vowel children. We are going to just jump right in. No pomp and circumstance. Oh, Kipper has no moves left. I forgot all about that. It's been a week, man. And I mean that in the literal sense. It has been both A, a week, and B, it's been a week. So, let us go get some heals on for our funny little fella. Our 1,000-yard stare Oxalotl. So that way we can continue this grind post-haste. In fact, I'm going to be nice. I'm going to be nice for Kipper. Kipper gets to fight gym trainers. Because they at least give some experience yield. Kipper, go nuts. Alright? And just because I'm a generous soul, we're going to get a double battle in there. And I'm going to make sure that Snoofer can get some levels too. Good job, Snoofer. You're holding your weight, Snoofer. Proud of you, little lady. Oh, yeah. Perfect. Keep it going. Level 8. We're making some progress there. Cool. Alright, we're going to leave this gym now. I just wanted to give the most experience I... Oh, wait, that was dumb. I didn't even think about that. I should have saved that experience for Whismer. Because that Exploud grind is going to be a pain in the dick. Yeah. Anyways, we're here. I'm feeling a little high energy today. Just ate lunch. I have some caffeine in my system. The adrenaline's pumping because of just everything that I mentioned briefly in a community post earlier. The stream would be late because of some behind-the-scenes family stuff, and let me tell you, that stuff, that's really all I'll say. It's just, it's not fun. But because of that, I'm feeling pretty high intensity. I have some funny news. We have received our first copyright on a stream. I know, exciting, right? It's not like a copyright strike. Nothing is getting muted or otherwise potentially demonetized in the future when monetization is possible. Rather, it just warned me that I used quote-unquote copyrighted music. What might this copyrighted music be? Well, it was the level music from the LEGO Star Wars The Complete Saga while we were playing it. Because I guess I made the game audio loud enough for it to be picked up, and I was just trying to vibe and enjoy myself, but I guess John YouTube looked at that and said, no, sorry, we have to let you know. Tap on the wrists. No Star Wars. No Star Wars music. That does not mean I'm going to stop playing LEGO Star Wars. Rest assured that tomorrow, like I said, we will be playing LEGO Star Wars The Complete Saga once again. However, I'm probably not going to bump that music like last time, because yes, I might have been vibing, but I'd rather not risk anything in the future, and, if they're going to hit me with a copyright notice every time I play a Star Wars game, I'd just rather not have the music going loud enough for it to hear, or if it continues to be a problem, once I lower the music volume, I think I might just disable music. I know it's going to be kind of lame. But, I'll deal with it as it comes. Perhaps I'll get some nice royalty-free lo-fi vibes going in the background. I can certainly pull that up on my Spotify on the TV. We also have a Bluetooth speaker in readily handedness. Ugh, cannot speak! So yeah, that's something to look forward to. Potentially. We'll see. We'll find out. While I'm just kind of on this roll of talking and word vomiting, I wanted to give a quick shout out to the absolute legend, MageMasher22. He's a YouTuber who has been doing this for a lot longer than I have. And I'll be upfront, yes, I did get inspired by his name. MageMasher, SageScribe. I mean, my handle is the SageScriber. That, I was watching his videos, like, constantly. A few months back, I found his Let's Play of Dragon Quest IX, Sentinels of the Starry Skies, which is, to this day, my favorite video game of all time. I adore that game with every fiber of my being. This might be my favorite Pokemon game. This is not in my top 5 games. It's top 10, not top 5. It's up there. But Dragon Quest IX, Sentinels of the Starry Skies is just a peak perfection work of art. And his playthrough was fantastic. Absolutely stellar. His commentary is hysterical. It's fun. It can be heartwarming at times. His level of knowledge in the video game as he was progressing, like, you could see him slowly get better and better as the game went on, because I'm pretty sure he didn't play, if I'm remembering correctly, it was a mostly blind playthrough. But he's basically become my go-to Dragon Quest YouTuber, and it's a damn shame that his Dragon Quest videos do not get the recognition that they deserve. He recently started doing a Minecraft series, which is breaking, like, the tens of thousands of views, but, like, his other stuff, he has a Dragon Quest III HD 2D remake playthrough going on right now. He's doing Oblivion Remastered. He's doing Clair Obscur 33, Expedition Unknown. These are not even breaking 1,000. They're in the hundreds, and it blows my mind. He's so good. He's such a good YouTuber, and he deserves to see so much more. Oh my god. So, everyone who ever listens to my content, if you come to this VOD, if you join in stream, whatever, go watch MageMasher22. That man is a goddamn legend, and everything that he does is just awesome, and I love him to death. And I just wanted to make that known, because I had a brief interaction with him earlier through a comment chain, and he's just such a swell guy. And he's so sweet. So go check him out if you haven't already. And yeah, that's really all I gotta say on that front. we're getting back into the focus of the grind here. Kipper is now level 34. We are about 2 levels away from reaching the final state of this Pokemon, and then, I mean, realistically, never again having to use it for more than, like, I don't know, just dealing with boss fights, you know? I don't want to sit here and say I'm never, ever, ever, ever going to use my Swampert, because Swampert is the GOAT for a reason. I love me a Swampert. But, you know, we're not going to have Kipper in the party for a good while here, once we are done grinding out his levels. We are going to be putting him in the box, and we are going to switch to our Whismur that we have already captured, and we are just going to pluck away at this grind. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to it. Like I said, I completely forgot it takes up to level 40. From the POC guide that I saw, it says it takes up to like 30 hours. I'm not sure if that's accounting for super speed or not, to finish the pre-Roxanne grind. In fact, let me check on that real quick. We're going to open up my little guide here, pull up my Chrome tab with it. It's right here. Mulax's Professor Oak guide for Pokemon Emerald. Let's see. Okay, so it doesn't specify that it's 30 hours, including super speed, so I'm going to assume that it is accounting for unsped up gameplay, roughly 30 hours of playtime. I can't imagine why anyone would be playing this unsped up unless they were playing this on original hardware, in which case, how's that dry battery doing? Oh boy. I'm glad that I haven't lost my love in this game from being stuck in Rusturf Tunnel. The title of the stream says it all. I hate this tunnel with a burning passion now. And I've only done one stream of this. So, you know, we'll see going forward how I feel about this. Now that I'm thinking about it, I should have pivoted from the end of the Leaf Green POC into doing a bit more grinding here and then into LEGO Star Wars for that Saturday stream. Which, by the way, thanks again for anyone who came out. I know it wasn't that, like, big of a stream, but I had a lot of fun. It was cool going for longer than I have before. 4.5 hours is my new stream record. We're going to see if we can ever break that one day. Perhaps another surprise Saturday stream in the future. Who knows? We'll see. I will say with utmost assuredness that there will not be a Saturday stream this Saturday, as the main primary focus of my day is going to be playing Fortnite, because there is the new live event that is going to lead into the next season, which is the Death Star Sabotage. I'm looking forward to playing it. Got a bunch of people that I plan on playing with, so we'll see how that goes. I actually had an insane run earlier today. I managed to get the Star Destroyer, which, as I've mentioned in a previous episode of playing games, not necessarily this one, but just games, you find this portal, and it brings you to an Imperial Star Destroyer, and you fly over the battlefield and just nuke the shit out of everything with orbital lasers, basically. It's just massive laser barrage, and you do so much. In the outside storage bin under kitchen window. Ugh. Sorry, my father-in-law moved our standing AC unit to an outside storage bin, and did not tell us. So I'm sitting here digging through the garage trying to find our standing unit AC, because it's getting to that point where it's hot as shit out. We're going to be in the 80s this week, which for any foreigners that might watch, 80 degrees Fahrenheit, not Celsius. Obviously, the world would catch on fire if we hit that. But no, it's still pretty hot. And it's not fun. So we're going to have to get our AC unit in, and then we're also going to we have two ACs, actually. So we're plugging the one standing unit in. And then we're also going to have one at the top of our stairs, which will hopefully help regulate the airflow and kind of make a nice cross-section. We had these, like, tapestries up that kind of blocked some of the noise out from the lower levels of the house, as well as kind of gave us some more privacy. But we took them down, and by God, it just let us have these ACs not in for much longer. The constant airflow running through here is so nice. But yeah, I have to get at least the standing unit in or today, and then probably my father-in-law and I are going to work together because we have to drill the one AC into the top of the stairs just because of how it's positioned. So that's going to be fun. And that is more of a two-man job than anything. I can definitely get the AC up the stairs. That's not the problem. It's just, you know, getting it secure that I need a hand with. For a second, she was getting upset. She was like, I swear to God, if he got rid of or sold our AC, I'm going to be so mad. And she's like, she would be reasonably mad. I think I would be angrier because I'm the one that spent $320 on it from Home Depot. So, like, if he got rid of my $320 investment, yeah, I'd be asking for that money in my hand. Like, I don't want to be that guy. I never want to be that guy. That was an expensive fucking air conditioner. It was worth it. Shit keeps us cool all summer long, but good God, would that piss me off. Anywho. As you can see, we're already getting to that ultimate point. And because what is this? What? And remove. And hide from channel. Sorry, some absolute loser is, spamming the comments of my community tab post, saying that I'm speaking to no one and spamming Christ is King just because I was being very supportive of a YouTuber who made a Pride Month post, because happy Pride, bitches. It's June, which means it's Pride Month here in the States and probably the world over. For anyone who doesn't acknowledge Pride and thinks that it's wrong, summarily and wholeheartedly, go fuck yourself and never watch my content. I hate you. How about that? I am a proud supporter and staunch supporter of the LGBTQ. I myself am a member of the LGBTQ because I put the B in LGBT. I am bisexual, and I stand with everyone who just wants to live their life and be free. So if anyone has some negative shit to say about that, I don't care. Go away. I'll remove you from my channel. Simple as that. And if anyone's going to leave nasty comments like this guy, talking about Christ is King, this, that, and the other, cool, dude. I'm a Christian, and I'm still bisexual, so checkmate. God's love is for everybody. Sorry to go off on a tangent there. That pissed me off. I don't like people who choose to use religion as an excuse to be homophobic. Because if you were really a good Christian, you wouldn't be a homophobe. And that's pretty evident by the fact that one of the 10 Commandments literally says, love thy neighbor. Can't love thy neighbor if you're being hateful and spiteful towards a single group of people just because you don't agree with how they live. I feel like that's pretty self-explanatory, but apparently some people just don't understand that. Let's see. Ow, my tackle missed! How dare you! How dare you! actually. Let me be extra petty. Okay. Just had to make sure that my stance was known to anybody that comes to my channel. Yeah, edited my community tab, because I have yet to say Happy Pride, and I wanted to be honest about my stance so that no one sees my content and expects me to lean into any hateful rhetoric. That is not the vibe here. We love people for who they are and what they choose to be in life and how they are and how they were born and whatnot and which way. We are I want to foster a community of love and support for anyone, the disenfranchised and the otherwise discriminated. You know, this is a safe space for everyone, as long as what you are doing does not hurt others. You know, because there are certain people that want to co-opt Pride for their nasty, disgusting mentalities. Those aren't the people I'm talking about. Those are not who I want to show love and support for. Those people do not belong in Pride. The people who are only using Pride as a means to try and make excuses for the gross things they do, not cool. The people who use Pride as a way to show who they are and be their open, truthful selves and show love and support to everyone, those are the people that are welcome here. The real members of the LGBTQIA+. Let me get the full acronym out there. Alright. Kipper, you're almost there, buddy. You're right there, buddy. I know you can do it. Oh! Alright. Yeah, baby! We got our Swampert, which means Kipper's time in the sun has officially reached its end for now. So thank you so much, Kipper. Your journey, while over for the time being, is not done forever, and I will return to you once more. For now, it's time to subject ourselves to pain. Or should I say, pain-er. Real quick, we are going to check everyone and take their goods. And then we're going to look at what you have. You have access to Pound and Uproar. That means that what I'm going to choose to do first is we're going to get a couple levels here on Route 116 first. Just because I know that we'll probably be able to do a better job of dealing with these foes. The higher level ranges for the opponents in the Rusturf Tunnel are kind of something I'm worried about. Not, like, too much, but, you know, I want to be as safe as possible and not have to worry about running back and forth to the Pokemon Center over and over again. Let's cause an uproar. There we go. Alright, and we got the first of many levels. And now the second of many levels. Can we get a third one? No, we can't. I am going to run and use the free heals real quick. I know I don't necessarily have to, but I figured I would take advantage while I can. Okay. We've got a Poochyena. Wow, we're two-shotting Poochyenas, which is nice. Whismers in the wild can't necessarily do much to us. Once we hit level 10, I think that's when we will shift our focus to grinding in Rusturf Tunnel, as opposed to just outside of it. Oof. Making us work for it. Don't like that. Okay, and there is our level up. We are going to use another potion. We are also going to see what Snuffer, and Snaffer have. We got some escape rope. We've got an antidote, and we have, if I can pick it up, super potion. Okay, cool. And Astonish, a move that I genuinely have no use for in this cave. I can really only use Pound here, which is going to become a lot more tedious as the leveling goes on. Hopefully I can get my hands on some stronger moves via level up as we go on, and moves that can actually damage the Whismer, because Uproar won't work because it's soundproof, and obviously Astonish won't work because it's a ghost type move, and ghost types can't hit normal types and vice versa. So I only have the one move at my disposal. It's not horrible, but, you know, it's going to become more tedious as time moves forward. Okay. Now, if I'm not mistaken, Loudred is level 25? Let me double check on that real quick. Pull up my guide here. Level 20. Okay, so it's a lot quicker. It is from level, I believe we had it at level 6, so level 6 to level 20, and then from level 20 to level 40. So there is a 20 level gap there. We are going to do this. We're going to do that again. And let's just see. Potion, X attack, super potion. Alright. Ooh, and a crit. I like it. Okay, we got one more use of Pound in here before we gotta get the fuck out. Okay, and we gotta get the fuck out. Thankfully, we can still do a bit of light grinding in the grass here. Talo cannot be hit with Astonish, but can be hit with Uproar. Abra will probably teleport, yeah, before we can hit it. Okay. The only Pokemon that we can actively hit with Astonish on this route are Poochyena, Nincada, and Abra. Abra we would be hitting for super effective damage, so once we're a high enough level, I will be looking into that. You know, should we still have Astonish by that point. Okay. Can we get to level 15 before we have to leave the grass? Is that possible? I think it might be. It might be. Not against this one, though. Ba-ba-ba-bow. Ooh. Okay, so we gotta run from this one. Ay-ay-ay. Give me an Nincada or an Abra, thank you. Something I can hit. And we learned Howl. That doesn't do much for me outside of raise my attack stat, and considering I don't really need to do that... Alright, I don't think Whismer can learn Cut, but I am going to check. No, I didn't think so. What about Bullet Seed? Also, no. Unfortunate. We are just gonna take you, and we're gonna take you. Okay. And back to the Rusturf Tunnel, or Whismer Cave, as I used to call it as a kid. Well, Wishmer Cave, since it was before I realized that there was no H after the S. Yeah, that was one of those Pokemon names that I always pronounced wrong as a kid and didn't realize I was pronouncing it wrong until much later. Thankfully, I was never in the Fanfy camp. I never quite understood where people got Fanfy from, considering that, A, Ash had it in the anime, so if you watch that at all, you'd know it's Fan P. Also, there's very clearly no H after the the P there. So, like, I don't know how you'd get that mixed. Okay. Keep it going. Keep it going. Okay. No, my good friend, unfortunately the grind will never stop. But thankfully, at least part of the grind has been completed, thanks to the evolution of our Marshtomp into a Swampert. Very happy about that. So looking forward to being able to wrap up this grind sooner rather than later. Thankfully, these early levels are working a little bit quicker than I was expecting them to. We have already almost made it to the halfway point for our evolution, which is good. We only have to go from level 20 to level 40, so I know 20 levels, like, it sounds like a lot, and realistically it kind of is, but I'm not too bothered. You know, we'll get there. Yes. Otherwise, though, besides the grind being tedious, you know, we're doing good so far. We've got the full squad of Snoofer, Sniffer, Sneefer, Snuffer, and Snapper. And they are supplying us quite nicely. We'll do a quick bag check here. As you can see, you know, we've got quite the nice little menagerie of healing items. We've got a pretty decent chunk going on here. I am doing pretty alright. We're dealing with some behind-the-scenes family stuff right now, but, you know, it's not too personally stressful. The people around me are more stressed than I am, but because of that, you know, I'm kind of taking on that feeling of stress, and so it's you know, I'm doing okay. I am being a rock right now for others to make sure that everyone can get through the troublesome trials and tribulations that have presented themselves to us. So yeah. I'm doing mostly okay. Been doing a bit of, like, independent gaming. I recently started trying to go through Dragon Quest 1, or I guess technically Dragon Warrior, on the Game Boy Color for that dual pack, just because I was playing it, what, like a month and a half ago, 2 months ago maybe, and I got up to the point where you can save the princess, and because I was dumb, I took the princess and, you know, brought her back to the castle, and so I had to redo some work. But I decided instead of deleting the save and starting fresh, I would just, you know, I'd keep that save file, and if I wanted to go back to it, I'd keep playing it, but on the other save file that I have, now on my phone version instead of on my PC, what I will do is I will play the game as normal that way, and I will do the, you know, bring the princess to the Draco Lord through means of that, which I'm looking forward to, you know, eventually getting the full mastery on Dragon Warrior 1 and 2 for the GBC. Yeah, that is true. You cannot deliver a saved princess, unfortunately. I did get that achievement back on my old account before I, realized I wasn't doing it on hardcore mode. Which, like, I don't know. I should have paid attention. I was using save states and stuff, and I wasn't realizing, like, oh, yeah, you cannot do that. So, you know. Ah, yes, soundproof. I'm foolish. I'm a fool. A fool. Also, be on the lookout in the chat, just in case. I had someone coming into my community post being, like, an a-hole, because I was, being respectful of someone making a Pride Month post during Pride Month, and this guy's just going on about Christ is King, this, that, and the other. So, I did mute him from the channel, but, people like that like to make secondary accounts and spam hateful messages and stuff, so just be wary. There might be someone popping in at some point spouting some unnecessarily hateful rhetoric. We do not support that hateful rhetoric here. The Sage Scribe is staunchly a supporter of the LGBT, and anyone who disagrees with that should not watch my content, because they will not like what they hear. Especially this month. Pride Month is especially not the time for that. Never the time, but not now. Oh, we are so close. We're so close, please. Let me evolve you, Painter. Not to be confused with Hainer from Kingdom Hearts 2 HD Final Mix 2.5. Oh man, I cannot wait to get a proper processing power so I can try and play Kingdom Hearts on my computer. Oh boy, I bet it's gonna run like shit. I mean, Chris Griffin really do be hitting that funny vape in that picture, yeah. I will, in the future, have a new profile picture that's probably going to be a long-standing profile picture. Real quick, Painter is evolving, so we gotta watch that. But, for now, we're going to keep Chris Griffin hitting that doink. But I do intend to change that. I'll have, like, a proper original one that I can actually use for, like, marketing and merch purposes down the line, should that ever become a thing I do. I'd rather be prepared for it than not. Okay, and we got our Loudred. Unfortunately, that does not bring with it a new move, which is going to be tantamount to our success in the coming levels, considering that we cannot hit these Whismur with anything but Pound. I should draw one. I actually just recently designed my next tattoo idea. I sketched it out. It's going to be Axel from Kingdom Hearts 2. Well, I guess technically from Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories, because that's where he debuted. But it'll be Axel with a flaming chakram behind him, and then his catchphrase, got it memorized, over the top and bottom. I'll show you a picture of it later. I thought it came out pretty good. It's my first time drawing a Kingdom Hearts character, so I was pretty happy that it came out pretty good, because I don't typically draw the more, like, realistically proportioned anime characters all that often, and I put air quotes around realistically, because I know Kingdom Hearts doesn't have the most realistic proportions all the time. But I do have more knowledge with, like, drawing Dragon Ball characters. Much easier to draw highly geometric, big, buff men, as opposed to, the more sleek and angular designs of Tetsuya Nomura. Listen, if you know what you're doing on that level 100 grind in Destiny Island, it's not too bad. You got to get a lot of tech points by doing the 3-man battle against what's it? Tidus, Waka, and Selfie. And then obviously teching Riku's attacks in the Riku fight is very important as well. I think the highest level I've gotten on Destiny Islands is 7 or 8. No, it was 10. I got to level 10 on one playthrough just because I was really goofing around and seeing how long I could go before I just didn't want to keep doing it anymore. Turns out it was level 10. But hey, I mean, if I ever feel like being more of a masochist than I already am with these Professor Oak challenges, then I might consider doing the level 100 Destiny Island subset at some point. For now, though, I think I'll stick to this level of pain. It's more manageable, because at least I get the fun, bright visuals of my childhood in the form of a GBA game. I'm going to say something, and it's a bit sacrilegious, but I was not a Kingdom Hearts fan as a kid. I grew up in a very Nintendo Xbox household. My first system was Game Boy Color, and then my first actual home system outside of what my dad had, which he did have a PS2, but he mostly played, like, Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell on that. He wound up trading that away for his Xbox, which he much preferred. So I grew up around Halo and Call of Duty and all that stuff. And then I got a GameCube as a kid, so I had, like, Wind Waker and Super Monkey Ball. You know, Mario Sunshine. Those were my childhood games. Luigi's Mansion. I did not get my first ever PlayStation console until I was 21 years old, to which I bought it for myself for my birthday, and I played the absolute shit out of Spider-Man PS4. It was the whole reason I even got a PlayStation to begin with. Yes, I did see Wind Waker as Achievement of the Month. It's part of the E3 event that the E3 special thing. I would love to do that. My only chance of ever doing that is if I can convince my brother-in-law to at least let me get Pharaoh's Pearl by playing on his gaming PC, because he has a full proper gaming PC. But he doesn't really like people using it too much. So I'd have to make a strong argument for why I should be allowed to play up to that point in Wind Waker. I do plan to do it eventually, until I can either A, play it on his computer, or B, get that external GPU that I said I wanted to get at some point. I won't be playing anything like that, just because I can run N64 games on here pretty okay. I have yet to try running a GameCube game. I am terrified of what will happen to my computer if I try to do that without a proper GPU. Because the processing power on a Lenovo ThinkPad is certainly not that great. But I will do it eventually. It is on my list of things to do. Because, like, I feel like some of the achievements aren't going to be too rough to get. And I would like to get more achievements of the month more often. So far, I've only done the one, which was beating Wallace in Pokemon Emerald. Which, like, I mentioned this last week. I did that in, like, a few hours. You know, it was a quick run-through of Pokemon Emerald for me. Just another average Tuesday, basically. It was not that difficult to accomplish. Honestly, that would have been a really fun stream to do, if I had been streaming at that point. Wow, Supersonic, you're fucking useless. I am at the point where I don't want to trivialize myself with the non-pound-based grind, just because we're getting up there in levels. Let me see. What is the Loudred Learn set? Loudred Learn set Gen 3. I am not going to get another attacking normal type move until Stomp at level 29. And that is the only other attacking move that I am going to get before I evolve him into... let's see. Yeah, that's the only one I'm going to get before I evolve him into Exploud. So we are just going to rock with what we got. And let's take some items, shall we? We got a Great Ball. We got a Super Potion. We love to see it. We got a Potion. We still love to see it. Still love to see it. Love to see it. Alright. Listen, if you're not beating Pokemon Emerald on a Tuesday, how can you say you're having a good Tuesday? You know? Also, hi Yuji. Welcome to stream. It's good to see you as always. Speaking of Yuji, do you plan on playing Fortnite this weekend? Because I know you have it. I know you can play it on your PS5. Don't lie to me. I'm only asking because that live event's about to happen on Saturday, and you know, the more the merrier. I'm already planning on playing with some other folks, and you know, adding more people to the mix could always be a good time. Ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba. Come on.
I must kill everything in front of me.
I really need to get stomped so I can keep hitting these things. Well, okay, so I am going to be a little open for a split second here. Yuji is very much my little brother. I'm not doxing his name, but that is my sibling. I mean, I'm not against playing with viewers. I doubt I'd ever stream it, but I would absolutely play with other people that I don't know personally. Not outside the realm of possibility. So if I ever decide to play Fortnite with people, you know, I'll maybe make a post about it in the community tab and be like, hey, I'm going on Fortnite. Brothership is a game I still have to play too. I've briefly touched it, but I don't personally own it. My brother-in-law, we got it for his birthday last year. Also, awesome Yuji, glad to know that you will be playing, because the more the merrier. I know me and Sayman Speaks will also be playing, hopefully, so long as he's free for it, because I know it's going live 2 p.m. Eastern. So we're hoping me, him, and my lady love will be playing Fortnite, and it would be cool if you got to play too. Also, we are trying to get the bird involved. We're trying to get her to play Fortnite with us. So we think it might be a success. We think we might have secured the bird to play. So, I don't know. Take that how you will. We're trying to see that happen. Come on, Painter. Oh boy, a Skitty! Dead. I love smacking cats with my Loudred in Pokemon. We might get the bird to play Fort, I know. We're living in a crazy timeline, man. But, she was watching him play last night, and, because me, him, and, the Lady Love, we were playing Fortnite together, and she was watching him play, and so we're trying to get, like, all of us to play together. Plus, I know she would probably be down to play with you. You know, I feel like it would be fun family bonding time. Come on, level 25, hurry up. I'm hitting my head against my chair. Thank you. Oh, boy. Blah, 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 blah. Alright. It is 2:20. In probably about 10 minutes, I'm gonna go run and get myself a bottle of water, because it is hot. Hot as balls. I know, right? Playing the greatest game ever made as a family. The ultimate sibling squad. I don't think our grandpa's gonna want to hop on. In terms of Yuji, there is no grandpa. In terms of me, I have two. One of them only plays video poker, and the other one probably doesn't want to play any games with shooting, considering he was in a war. So, I think we're gonna pass on getting grandpa in the mix.
Oh no! Oh no! Please hurry up!
Yeah, that's the problem of getting up there in age, is the people that are older than you also get up there in age, you know? So it's... Because, like... Yeah, my grandparents are old, man. My, fun fact, my maternal grandmother, marched with Martin Luther King Jr. during the whole, like, desegregation era of the United States. It's a very fun fact about my family history, which I think is really neat. I don't know how known Martin Luther King Jr. is in Germany, but, I mean, he's pretty important in U.S. history, at least. Boink. Okay. Oh, so after the Saturday stream, I watched this hysterical video by this YouTuber Noodle. He does really good content. Everything I've seen from him is fantastic. It's like it's typically like he's talking about a specific subject matter, and he does go really in depth, and he takes the content very seriously. But he also just throws in this very unique and fun sense of humor, and his videos are either animated or they include these, like, little stick puppet things that, like, he draws the little cutouts and he puts them on popsicle sticks. It's really fun how he does his stuff. Anyways, he did a video talking about how he did, I think it was this past MagFest, he had a panel at MagFest where the whole point was he was advertising that they were going to watch a VHS recording that his dad made for him of E3 2010, because he was at school when it happened. And they were going to watch E3 2010 like they were back in 2010, actively there at E3. Now, what actually happened, and the people didn't know this until a good, like, halfway through the actual presentation, is that he showed them a heavily edited version of E3 2010 that added in a bunch of shit, and he basically gaslit them into watching a big lie, and at the halfway point, like, it got revealed that, oh, this is just one big joke. And, like, people weren't getting it at first. It was, like, it was very subtle changes. They kept adding in, like, vine booms and fart reverb sound effects to sound effect points in the show. They edited in a 3D model of a very obscure PS2 accessory controller that very much wasn't present in a display. He cut out the sound for, like, the applause track in certain parts, so it was just dead quiet outside of what the guy was saying on stage. And then my favorite, the 2010 E3 presentation was really highlighting 3D gaming, and so they had Killzone 3 as one of, like, the highlight games for the PlayStation Showcase, and in it, they gave out 3D glasses, and people got to watch the game in 3D at the live event. What happened at his thing was he told people, it's going to be 3D, so they gave out, like, 100 of those like red and blue 3D glasses at the beginning of the show. And instead of actually giving them 3D video, what he did instead, which I think is hysterical, is he offset the image so that way it was like kind of blurry, and he added a bunch of like light bloom, and it made it look like how a 3D image looks when you're not wearing the 3D glasses, or like when you're looking at your 3DS from a weird angle and you have the slider all the way up. It was basically that visual effect, but it doesn't actually make 3D happen. And so people were just wearing their 3D glasses watching this shit. It was so funny. And it eventually gets to the middle where they're revealing a new IP franchise, and it's just a bunch of lies. They did like a minute and a half of a bunch of PSPs flashing on screen with the Bad to the Bone, and it was a bunch of like different skulls on fire for the PSP skins. It was the most insane thing I've ever watched. Every second of it was hysterical. I damn near pissed myself laughing. And it was immediately followed by my brother-in-law showing me a horrible MIDI version of Enter Sandman by Metallica, but it was like getting progressively worse and worse and worse as it went on. And I can't really do it justice by just talking about it. Just because, like, there's musical references you'd have to get, this, that, and the other. Hang on. Sorry, my fiance wanted updates on our air conditioning thing that I mentioned earlier in stream about how we thought for a brief moment that my father-in-law might have accidentally or somehow on purpose, for whatever reason, threw out the $310 air conditioner that I bought, that I was trying to install in our room today. He did not, in fact, do that, but he did put it in an outside storage unit. Let me see. Okay. Let's get back to the grind, because I forgot that the thing he put it in has a leaking issue, and I really hope that he didn't mess up our air conditioner. Did you just change your profile picture? Also, there's no such thing as watching too much baseball. If you like it, you like it, man. Oh! Man, all the adrenaline I had before just washed away. What a load of malarkey. Alright, well, if there's one thing I can say with utmost certainty, I'm definitely getting X-Bloud today. Slacking, maybe not so much. But X-Bloud, yes. Alright, level 28. One more level and we get Stomp. Very exciting, very exciting. God, that experience bar is getting slower and slower. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Also, I watched the Minecraft movie on Sunday. It was a movie. Chicken Jockey. I spent $20 to rent it on YouTube just so I could watch it with everyone. And like, yeah, but I didn't watch it in a group setting. I watched it by myself bootlegged, which is very different. Like, now I actually got to, like, watch the movie with, like, actually decent visual and not just recorded off of someone's phone or whatever. I will say the movie is enjoyable in the sense that, like, when you're watching it with a group of people and we can all laugh at it and make fun of it, and, like, when Steve says chicken jockey, we can all, like, stand up and start laughing and cheering. You know, that makes it more enjoyable. Now, the actual movie itself is still not a good movie. So, yeah. I wouldn't recommend it to someone who likes Minecraft if they want to... Well, any adults that like Minecraft, if you want to watch, like, a good movie, you're not going to have a good time. If you want to watch it to make fun of it, then absolutely, go have a fun time. You're gonna have a great time, actually. It's like watching Morbius. You're not watching it because it's good. You're watching it because of how bad it is, and you love to laugh at it. Which kind of, in turn, makes it double back on being good somehow. Because, like, I love Morbius. It's a dog shit movie, don't get me wrong. But I love watching Morbius. It's so bad. Oh my god. It's like watching Tommy Wiseau's The Room. Like, you're not gonna watch a movie that's good. But you're gonna have a good time doing it. Oh no, there is absolutely worse stuff out there. I've mentioned this in the past. I use this app called Letterboxd, which allows me to kind of like rank the movies that I've watched, and like leave reviews and stuff. And so I've used that to kind of rank and review all the movies that I have watched this year. Let's see. For context, let me pull up my Letterboxd diary real quick. I gave Minecraft, when I first watched it, a 1 star. I now consider Minecraft to be a 2-star movie, which actually I need to edit my list to better reflect how I feel about Minecraft, because it is not the 1-star experience that I gave it. I'd say it's definitely better. It's better than these. Better than that. It's better than Leroy and Stitch. Yeah, okay. So, Minecraft currently sits at the 44th best movie that I've watched this year. There are 10 movies that I have watched this year that I think are worse than Minecraft. One of them happens to be the Borderlands movie, which was just disappointing as a very long-time Borderlands fan. I needed a palate cleanser from that so bad, actually, that I actually just the other day finally sat down, excuse me, and re-downloaded Borderlands 2, so that I could play truly peak gaming and wash away the taste that is the Borderlands movie from my mouth, because goddamn, that movie sucks. Oh my god, does that movie suck. And it also has Jack Black in it. If I had a nickel for every video game movie I watched this year that had Jack Black in it, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but god, I wish it hasn't happened twice. Also, sidebar, Phineas and Ferb comes back for the first time in years on Thursday, and I am so excited for that. I love Phineas and Ferb. And I cannot wait to watch Dr. Heinz Doofenshmirtz continue his attempts to take over the Tri-State Area! That wasn't great.
Ah, Perry the Platypus! I'm going to take over the tri-state area!
That was better. My mic peaked so many times doing that.
Perry the Platypus!
You can watch it on both the Disney Channel and Disney Plus. New episodes every Thursday, from my understanding. It is not just like a Phineas and Ferb reboot. It is a full-on revival. This is the true Season 5 of Phineas and Ferb. They got an order from Disney for 40 more episodes of the show. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I love Phineas and Ferb so much. And all the original voices are coming back, too. So it's not like they're recasting anybody. It's the Phineas and Ferb as I knew it growing up. It's coming back. And, like, obviously, it's, you know, they're gonna be like, oh, it's a kid show, it's for the kids. But I guarantee they're gonna make sure that all the people that grew up with Phineas and Ferb back then, they're gonna have a good time, too. I follow one of the show's creators, Dan Povenmire, the guy who also plays Dr. Heinz Doofenshmirtz. I follow him on YouTube. He is so good.
But I'll be honest, I don't really understand. I got records on my fingers and I got glue on my hands.
Oh god, I'm gonna enjoy everything that's been coming out. They've got new Phineas and Ferb coming out this week, new Amazing World of Gumball. Well, the Wonderfully Weird World of Gumball. They have new Gumball coming out, which is awesome. King of the Hill is coming back, which that's so awesome. I love King of the Hill so much. God damn it, Bobby, stop talking about the show. Yeah, it's all the good things from my childhood are coming back. And the MCU is finally in a place where I think it's competent again. Like, my whole childhood is returning in front of my eyes. And I say that a year away from Pokemon turning 30, which makes me feel so old. Hey, I mean, that's okay. I understand, like, different folks around the world experience shows differently. I can't imagine that you had much exposure to the same Disney that I did, or anyone else here in the US. The same way that people in Canada had Teletoon, and they have their whole own set of shows. You know, we only got some of those experiences. Total Drama Island, for instance, was a Canadian show before it came to America. It was very popular on Teletoon back in the day, from my understanding. I say back in the day as if I'm not talking... Well, yeah, that is like late 2000s, early 2010s when Teletoon, or when Total Drama was a thing. Wow. I gotta stop talking about the shows I grew up with, because it makes me feel old. The last time I think the MCU was truly good, well, no, was truly great, was with Avengers Endgame. I think the stuff that's come out since Endgame has been very hit or miss, and I think it's been more misses than hits. Incredibly lackluster stuff. There haven't been a lot of things that I've watched actively from the MCU where I've been like, that was good. I really liked that. Like, I liked WandaVision outside of the final episode. I liked Moon Knight for the most part. I thought Falcon and the Winter Soldier was okay. The first season of What If was great. I quite like Shang-Chi. Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings was a fantastic show. Fantastic movie, and I'm very excited that the guy that directed Shang-Chi is also going to be doing the next Spider-Man movie, Brand New Day. That I'm very excited for. Because I love Spider-Man. And I'm excited to see someone who's got that level of, like, fight choreography knowledge injected into the Spider-Verse in a nice way. Yes, the stuff that you and I watched on Disney definitely varied greatly. Like, there was a little bit of crossover, you know, you've got Phineas and Ferb, like, towards the end of my cartoon era, but the beginning of yours, but in the same vein, like, you've got, like, Big City Greens and the Owl House and Amphibia, whereas I had American Dragon Jake Long, and As Told by... As Told by Ginger was Nick. Was it Juniper Lee, I think was one of the shows, and what was it? What's the Buzz on Maggie, which was a show about a fly? Which story? The Amphibia Owl House stuff? Oh, and there's Gravity Falls, because who doesn't love Gravity Falls? Which, I really hope that, that supposedly, in the works behind the scenes Gravity Falls continuation is actually happening. Because I would kill for more Gravity Falls. Hypothetically speaking. I wouldn't actually do it. But, I love Gravity Falls so much. It was such a good show. And I love Grunkle Stan. Grunkle Stan is fantastic. Well, and Seuss. Seuss was also good. Let's see. Level 31. It has been 20 minutes since I said I was going to grab a water in 10 minutes. So once I hit level 31, then I will go and get myself water. Cartoon Network was definitely, like, my favorite growing up, because that's, you know, I had Ben 10 as a kid, I had Pokemon on there as a kid, that's where Star Wars The Clone Wars was before Disney bought Star Wars. God, there's so much on Cartoon Network. Johnny Bravo, The Powerpuff Girls, Samurai Jack, Codename Kids Next Door, Billy and Mandy. The Rusturf Tunnel has become my home. I wish that there was a way I could get secret power early, and that there was, in fact, a secret power point here in this area. I gotta fight this now. Because then I would make a secret base in here. Alright, I will be back in just a moment. Enjoy the nice sounds of Rusturf Tunnel while I go get a drink of water.
Fear not, citizens, for I am here! Ha ha ha!
Let me just... Alright, we're back. Don't know why All Might was here for a second, but, you know, we got the symbol of justice. Excuse me. Sorry, my lunch decided to come up and get mad at me for eating, I guess. I knew I should have got, like, coffee or something when I was out before. I don't know why I didn't do that. I just watched the mailman miss the mailbox across the street. Dude, you've been working this route for how long, and you still don't know where their mailbox is? Ah, sunlight. Finally, I can be free of these accursed battles for but a moment. There's a zombie on your lawn. Alright, I guess it's time to play Plants vs. Zombies for the Nintendo DS for RetroAchievements. Alright, let me take a sip of this water. I remember when that game came out, years and years ago, I had a friend whose stepdad played it all the time on his computer. There we go. Ba-bow. You truly cannot go wrong with Plants vs. Zombies on the Nintendo DS with RetroAchievements. What would be era of Cartoon Network? Like, you mean like my favorite era of Cartoon Network? CN City, easily. Yeah, CN City was the era of Cartoon Network where it was like, it was right in between that transition from the more current design to, like, it was a transitionary period, but it was really good. They basically had this whole thing where all of the cartoon characters lived together in this big city, and they would constantly interact in, like, the different commercial bumpers, and, like, whenever they'd show a movie on Cartoon Network, you'd see them all piling into the movie theater so they could watch the feature presentation. It was always so fun seeing the different interactions. CN City is the peak of Cartoon Network. Like, truly. For anyone who grew up during the mid to late 2000s, CN City was the best point in Cartoon Network's history. It had the best shows. Like, we were dealing with Ben 10, and I'm not talking about OG. I'm talking about Ben 10, Alien Force, and Ultimate Alien. We were talking about peak Ben 10 right there. You know, we had Generator Rex, we had Megas XL or Megas XL8, and Symbionic Titan. It's just, oh my god, so many good shows were on that time. Not to mention, you got all the different specials. You got the Fire Breather animated special. Oh my god, I so wish they had picked that up for a show. Fire Breather is based off of a comic that, funny enough, is actually connected to and part of the Invincible universe, like the show and comic Invincible. And it's about this kid who's, it turns out his father is a dragon. And so he is like a hybrid human dragon. And he has these super hybrid dragon powers, and it's so cool. It was 3D animated, so I get why they probably didn't want to take a chance on it, considering the budgetary reasons. But, like, it was so good. I remember the TV event for it, when they were building up the hype. And, like, all the commercials, like, watch Fire Breather this Friday night. And I was like, oh my god, like, I have to watch Fire Breather this Friday night. I was so geared up for it. Good lord. There was not a moment where I wasn't excited for that show. I remember I went back and watched it, like, a few years ago because it was that peak. Because you can't find it anywhere unless you, like, go to some of those sketchy websites. But I went and watched it because it was peak. And it lived up to it. It lived up to that memory in my head. Fire Breather was gas. That was fire. And I do not mean to make a pun, but it was fire. Oh my god. Oh. Taking a trip down memory lane. I'm playing Pokemon Emerald and talking about 2008 Cartoon Network right now. I'm on cloud 9, brother. Whew! You hope the... Wait, you hope it's what? Say that again. No, I'm looking forward to Fantastic Four First Steps. I will say, I did not want Pedro Pascal to play Reed Richards' Mr. Fantastic. I'm not, like, against the casting choice. Like, he is a fantastic actor, and I absolutely adore him and everything that I've seen him do. But he was not my first pick. I think I've mentioned this on a previous stream. My first pick was William Jackson Harper, who played Chidi Anagonye from The Good Place. He gives off that energy that I would want from a Reed Richards type so much, and, like, he's in fantastic shape, too, so he wouldn't really have to do much to get in shape for the role. Like, dude is shredded. So, like, he could play he could play Reed Richards very easily, considering that Reed Richards really isn't that bulky. Like, he's a lab guy, so the fact that he's ripped at all means, like, he doesn't need to do much preparation. But no, I'm okay with that casting with Pedro Pascal. I like Vanessa Kirby as Sue Storm. Joseph Quinn as Johnny Storm was far from what I would have expected my first pick. I really did like him as Eddie Muntz in Stranger Things Season 4. Definitely an iconic portrayal in that season. That being said, I can't say I really had a personal pick for who I would have wanted. If he were a bit younger, maybe Zac Efron would have been my go-to. But as it is right now, like, he's in his mid to late 30s almost. He's in his mid 30s, but ever since he had to get the reconstructive surgery with his jaw, like, I feel like he has the more, like, strong jaw superhero look as opposed to the hot-headed teen heartthrob style that they'd probably try to go for the Human Torch if they used him. I can't see him in that role anymore. So I don't really have a personal pick for that. And then the guy that they got to play the Thing, I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but there's one thing that I am really happy about, and is that they did, in fact, cast a Jewish actor to play Ben Grimm. Being a Jewish man is probably one of the most important character traits to Ben Grimm as a character, so actually casting a Jewish actor, I think, was very important. His identity is very heavily based around his Judaism. He is pretty much heavily based off of his co-creator, Jack Kirby, who himself was a Jewish man living in New York at the time. And it was... I'm very happy that they're doing as accurate as a portrayal as they can with Ben Grimm, because the last time we got the Thing, it wasn't Ben Grimm. It was not. I was very much let down by it. Also, they're letting my man wear clothes. I'm glad that they're letting my man wear clothes instead of being a naked rock monster. We don't need the Thing's rock cock hanging out, you know? And then they're actually doing Galactus, which, like, I'm so happy for. And I get it, there's some people that are really upset that the Silver Surfer's a girl, it's woke. Like, no, it's not woke. They're just doing a different character who has been the Silver Surfer in the comics, and I don't care that they're not doing the actual, like, main Silver Surfer, Norrin Rad, because why would they do that in a universe that... What the fuck? In a universe that is most definitely going to get destroyed at some point. Because, like... Okay, I am... I'm not going to say it, because I don't know who's seen Thunderbolts and who hasn't. Who wants to see Thunderbolts and who doesn't. So I can't say anything about the movie. I almost went on a tangent, and I had to, stop myself from going on said tangent, because I would have spoiled the entire ending of the movie, The Thunderbolts, and I cannot do that. Okay, definitely watch it. It is really good. There is a high-quality bootleg rip available online right now. You do have an Android, right? You still have an Android phone? No, oh, you did convert to iPhone. Okay. I was gonna say, you could get the Cinema HD app on Android. That's how I watched it. Very handy. Alright. I think that we're probably gonna go until 4 o'clock today. Only because I still have to, set up my air conditioners, and I want to make sure that's all well and good. Well, yeah, but it's probably not going to get to Disney Plus for a while. Because, like, Captain America only just got to Disney Plus, and that came out in, what, February? Like, if you want to watch it sooner rather than later, I would suggest looking into the bootleg option. I mean, it's not like you're unfamiliar with bootlegs. We literally grew up watching bootleg DVDs that Armando gave Mom. So, like, you know... Yeah, don't be afraid to indulge in a little bit of the yar har fiddle dee dee these days, you know? As long as you intend to watch it in a paid setting at some point or another, I feel like it shouldn't be too big of an issue. Your money's gonna go, well, your view is gonna go towards it eventually. Since you don't have your own money yet, child. Also, speaking of pirates, One Piece live action season 2 is set to come out in 2026. I'm hoping early 2026 and not late 2026, because god, that's going to be too long of a wait. They finally revealed what live-action Chopper is going to look like, and I am okay with it. It's not as bad as I was prepared for it to be. It's not as good as I would want it to be, but it's not as bad as I was prepared for it to be. So, I'm taking what I can get, you know? Also, the voice is pretty solid. It's kind of hard to compete with, Chopper's Japanese voice, who is literally just fucking Pikachu. And then... I don't really like Chopper in English very much. I don't really like Chopper post-time skip at all, honestly. He's my least favorite member of the Straw Hats. But, like, I'm okay with what they've done. I know it could be worse. And that's really where I'm standing on it. Like, it could be worse, and the fact that it isn't gives me a little hope for the future, basically. Listen, you know who my favorite Straw Hat is. The number one. The absolute goat of them all. The cyborg himself. Frankie! Super! I got a model kit for Frankie, or of Frankie for my birthday. I have to build it. I need to finish it. Well, not finish it. I need to start it. Your favorite is Zoro, right? Or is it Sanji? Because, you know, you got your chefness to yourself. Ho, Roro no Zoro. I love that Zoro's voice actor is just Vegeta's voice actor, is also All Might. Like, is you get lost like Zoro. I'll give you a compass and tell you to walk north and you'll somehow go east. Come on, level 34, please, please, I am begging of you.
Thank you, yes, thank you.
You started My Hero, good. My Hero is a good show. I don't care what people say. My Hero's a fun time. I'm tired of people shouting in my ear saying it's shit. The ending might be bad, but the rest of it isn't. Also, My Hero Vigilantes is truly peak. I finished that manga last year, and I'm so happy that they're doing the adaptation for it. Yeah, it's alright. Yeah, it's alright. It's alright. I mean, how do you think I feel? I can't unhear Piccolo and Zoro. Or Vegeta. Or Yamcha. Or Kami. Or Zarbon. Or Shenron. Or Jace. Or Raccoon. Or Birder. Or Salza. Or Purunga. Or Omega Shenron. He plays a lot of characters in Dragon Ball. Mr. Popo.
That's right, Kami. It's me, Mr. Popo. I'm a racial stereotype created by Akira Toriyama.
Oh. This is such a painful slog. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Ugh. Defeating a sandwich only makes it tastier. Ugh. Ugh. Go watch Dragon's Ball P, everybody. One of the greatest Dragon Ball fan animations of all time. I could quote that thing from front to back, too. That's how many times I watched it as a kid. Yeah, Trafalgar Law is voiced by Matt Mercer. He also did McCree, or I guess Cole Cassidy, in Overwatch. And he's a bunch of stuff. Matthew Mercer, he's also the like the main DM for the incredibly popular D&D series Critical Role. They have the animated show Legends of Vox Machina on Amazon Prime based off of their D&D campaign, actually. It's really cool. Who dares? It's the Associated Press. The Knicks fired their coach. What do you have to say about that one, huh? That they fired their coach. You're not surprised. Okay. I know nothing about what's going on in basketball. I just get notifications for it every once in a while from my news app. I got so many March Madness things this year. Like, I don't follow basketball at all. But apparently March Madness was at the top of the news bracket that day. Or I guess that week, rather. I am losing my mind. I am going to die. You really are the sport know-it-all, yeah. You've got all the sports knowledge, I've got the incredibly useless video game knowledge, and our sister, I don't know, makes cakes or something. I don't know. Just one more little notch of experience left. Come on, level 35. Yes! We are 5 more levels to go. We'll see, but she can't really call herself the hair know-it-all anymore, considering who I'm engaged to. Because she still does hair. Our sister doesn't. You know? Like... Ah! I'm ready to drive a road spike into my fucking skull! You know what's funny is, I'm pretty sure this is the most I've ever used a Loudred before. I don't think I've ever actually used Loudred or Exploud in anything. Ever. Also, I'm absolutely taking this thing and beating the shit out of Roxanne using nothing but a normal type stomp. That's what's gonna happen. Can we get to level 36 before I have to run to the Pokemon Center? That would be nice. Also, while I'm thinking about that, let me just... We haven't taken the items from these guys in a while. Hop, 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 hop. I don't practice Santeria. I ain't got no crystal ball. I got $1 million, but I spent it all. I had to make sure I didn't sing that good enough, otherwise I'd get copyright striked. Because apparently I'm vulnerable to that. You missed it earlier in stream. I got hit by copyright for the first time. It's from me playing Lego Star Wars on Saturday. Like, 5 of the songs got hit by copyright. And it says that, like, it won't impact my stream VODs at all. But they were flagged by the automatic system. Boop. Also, another thing you missed. I had the craziest solo game of Fortnite earlier today. I solo queued. I managed to get like a good chunk of kills, and then I hit the Star Destroyer portal. I got my kill total up to 13. And then from there, I went on to win the game with a total of 20 eliminations. Solo queued, by the way. And, like, it's not like I'm a low level. I'm not in a bot lobby. I am actively level 153 after that one game on the Battle Pass. Yeah, so, like, skill-based matchmaking was definitely working. I had a really good loadout. You know, I had the Jawa Scatter Blaster. I had a Heavy Blaster Rifle. I had a Sniper Rifle, and I got some good hits with the Sniper Rifle. And my mobility was absolutely absurd because I had both a jetpack and a grappling hook for most of the run. Like, I was cracked. Skibbity-dip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-bip-
Face me with a worthy challenge.
Wouldn't it be neat if, like, if you defeated enough of a specific Pokemon in any given route, it eventually, like, meets a total and you fight a boss-level enemy? I don't know, I feel like that would be really cool. Like you fight a bunch of Whismur, and you knock them all out, and then it makes a level 15, like, it'll be a Pokemon who isn't technically supposed to be at that level, but they're still at a higher difficulty than normal, so you'd fight, like, a level 15 Loudred if you defeat, like, 50 Whismur in Whismur's Cave, you know? Or, sorry, Rusturf Tunnel. I feel like that would be a really cool mechanic that they could introduce. See, this is why I gotta get into Pokemon ROM hack creation, because I could probably pull that off. There's a YouTuber named King Crady who is currently in the process of making Pokemon Ruby 2, which obviously, as it sounds, it's a ROM hack that is a direct sequel to Pokemon Ruby, but it is based on the premise of what if Team Magma won in the original story, and so now you've got like more land, entire new areas that were designed because of like places getting destroyed by volcanic landfall and stuff like that. It's really interesting. He also made a ROM hack of Pokemon Emerald called Pokemon Emerald Mini, which highly condenses everything and turns everything into basically like boss fight gauntlets. Like gym battles, like you fight every gym trainer and then you fight the gym leader, but it is literally back to back to back to back to back, and you can't stop to heal in between. Like, it's just you fight. It's really neat. I want to try that out at some point. I think it'd be really cool if someone programmed a set for that, but unfortunately I'm not that good with programming at this moment in time. Eventually it might, you know, be a thing that happens in the future. If I ever decide to take that route with Retro Achievements, I might be junior dev one day, eventually. Also, I highly recommend Retro Achievements if you can get your hands on a means to play it. If you have, like, the right kind of computer, or you can actually get RetroArch on your iPhone, so you could play Retro Achievements through RetroArch on your iPhone. Well, yeah, but there's still some programming language in the process, like, yeah, when you're inspecting the memory. It's not a lot, but, like, you have to know it. My knowledge is at a baseline of 0. The most I know how to do is code in HTML5. And I haven't done that since, like, freshman year of high school. So grade 9. Yeah, because I need it's hexadecimal code, yeah. Okay. Well, I might try it out in the future if I ever find the time and the drive to program for any specific games. You know. Come on, level 37. Come to me, level 37. You are so close, yet so far away. Oh, no PP. How we fight if no PP? I wish that this Pokemon had anything else to attack with. Like, I literally don't have any moves that I can teach it, and it's so infuriating. Whismer, die. I'm stomping on the heads of small Whismer children. I feel like Anakin Skywalker going through the Jedi Temple during Order 66. Master Skywalker, there's too many of them. What are we going to do? Oh, nuts. Alright, I wasn't paying attention. Sorry, I zoned out for a second there because of how fucking boring this is. Let's get to level 37 in the grass, and double Abra? That's rare. Alright. Let me try that again. Let's get to level 37, and then we'll go get our power points back up to Schnuff. Oh. Yeah, baby, come on, you're gonna die tonight. That's right. Go watch Aqua Teen Hunger Force, by the way. Fucking amazing show. Stop learning Screech. Yeah, Aqua Teen Hunger Force and Xavier Renegade Angel. 2 shows that I recommend to anybody that watches my content. If you like absolutely absurd, balls-up-the-wall, stupid comedy, you'll like both of them. The Xavier Renegade Angel is probably the most absurd thing I've ever seen. There's one particular quote. Hang on. No. Come on. There it is. There's a quote from the episode called Damnesia Vu. Let's see. Where is it? Yeah, so, everything, like, happens backwards in this dimension that he enters. And he sees a man get hit by a car. And he's like, I'm too late. If I had been at this poor meet in time, he'd still be a delicious man. And then, he notices that driving backwards, I guess, fixes people, I guess.
In this odd dominion, driving backwards over people can mend them. People, hurry, get in the way. I'm committing vehicular manburger helper, and it tastes like pure liquid relief. Best part is, I'm helping the Earth, getting negative 30 miles to the gallon. Oh, the cops want to hone in on my heel deal. I'll let them go bask in my reflective glory.
Yeah, like, he's backing into people and hitting them with a car, and saying he's healing them by committing vehicular manburger helper. And yes, that is how Xavier sounds in Xavier Renegade Angel. Also, that's Xavier spelled Xavier. The X is pronounced like a xylophone. Also, its catchphrase is frittata. I don't know why. Yeah, Yuji, I think out of the 2 things I just recommended, you'd like both of them, but Aqua Teen Hunger Force would definitely be your favorite. It is just the right level of stupid. Like, it's basically like a more adult Amazing World of Gumball, if that makes any sense. Oh man, this is such a tedious grind. Damn, there's 5 people watching right now? Why is it that people want to come watch my stream when I'm doing the most boring thing in the world? Oh man. Like, not that I'm against people watching my stream, but not at all. It's just I wish I had something more entertaining to present than me doing an impression of Xavier Renegade Angel while I endlessly slam my Loudred against these Whismer in the hope that I can get it to evolve. Ay, ay, ay. Come on, dog. Level 38 cannot come fast enough. And it's still not even the level I need to hit. I'm so close. It's the most pain-inducing part of this grind. I'm very thankful that once I finish this, at least it should be a relatively easier time going forward. Yeah, he healed them by hitting them with his car, hence the vehicular Manburger helper. Four out of 35. This is 3 out of 35. I gotta pay attention to my PowerPoints. Because I'm gonna have to go outside again. And I'm gonna have to fight some more encounters in the grass outside. Because these bastard Whismers all have soundproof, so I can't use my other move that does damage, but I can't use Astonish because they're normal type. No, go away. I don't want you. No. Oh, we're so close, man. I can't believe that... Oh, I'm not even paying attention. I can't believe we are an hour or 2 hours into stream almost. Right? No, yeah, we're 2 hours into stream. And I have only managed to get one final Evo just because of how ridiculous this evolution clause is. Not evolution clause, the evolution level is. Like, a Route 1... Not Route 1, an early route encounter evolving to its final stage at level 40. Are you shitting me? Alright. And you know what? Just cause this time I'm gonna kill all my PowerPoints that I have. Because at least this way I can actually keep going. And you know what? Screw it. We have enough healing items. We're going to struggle grind in the cave. Because at this point I'm getting fed up with running back and forth to the Pokemon Center. But I can't struggle grind until I've eliminated all my PowerPoints. And I can't do that until I've fought enough people out here. See, I wouldn't say this is Gen 3 in a nutshell, because Gen 3 in a nutshell is... Like, it's the trumpets. That's what it is. Come on, man. Hurry up now. Be gone with you. Stupid dog. You're making me look stupider. No. 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 Go away. Stop it. Let me kill something. Thank you. We do be struggling. No, it's 7.8 out of 10 because of too much water. Although it's truly a 10 out of 10 because everything else about it is peak. I know this is the wave. This is the right way to do this. Who needs PowerPoints when you can just struggle over and over again? Oh, man. I didn't need to do that. My thoughts on Switch 2? I'm incredibly disappointed in Nintendo, and I will not be buying that thing for a long, long time, if ever. Whoa. Hello, audio? What was that? Say that again. Run that back. Okay. My audio was garbled for a second there. I don't know if anyone heard that, but I certainly did. Can I what I said? What? Huh? Oh, I will not be getting the Switch 2 for a very long time, if ever, because I'm incredibly disappointed in Nintendo as a company. Yeah, like, I've got my Switch, my OLED. You know, I am okay with having my OLED. It works just fine. And unless Nintendo decides to back out on their stupid practices of saying that you don't own your games or even your console, I don't see any reason why I should spend $450 on the system. You know, like, do I want to play Donkey Kong Bonanza? Yes. Am I going to shill out all of that money and then spend another $80, no, sorry, $90 just to get the game and still not actually have the game, just a digital key to have it? No. No, I am not. If anything, I'll buy a Steam Deck. I'm sure that will do just well enough. And hey, a Steam Deck can also run RetroAchievements. And, well, can run RetroArch, which means that I could have more of a fun and easy time playing the games I want to play on RetroAchievements that I otherwise cannot do on my computer. Something sounded like it just got hit outside. YouTube has a hard time working on the Switch too. YouTube works perfectly fine on my OLED. How would it have a hard time working on something that's supposed to be a stronger system? What? What the f... Alright. Oh, that's a boat. Sorry, someone just drove past my house with a boat hitched to their vehicle. It was a very, like, old-timey boat, too.
Chill, you dumb fool!
Yeah, no, if I want to voice chat with people, I will just call them. And I know most people would probably just use Discord if they're going to do that, you know? Because that's free. Even if Discord sucks. I don't use it, but I know other people do. So, sure, that's what most folks are going to end up going to for their voice chat. Come on. Oh my god, this is so painfully slow. Jeez Louise, man. We are there. We are right there. We are at the final precipice. Just one more level after this one. Here it is, level 39. I'm going to use this opportunity to go heal up my power points. Because I don't want to keep having to stop to heal every 5 seconds. But we are going to do it. You suck. You suck. Get smacked. Alright. We are in the home stretch. The final, most difficult part of this entire run. Some might say that catching a Feebas for a POC is hard, but there's a chart online that I can use and type in my info to figure that one out. I don't need any outside assistance for this. I just need to grind. And it's long and tedious and difficult and obnoxious. And we are finally in grasp. Come on. We're right there. Oh. I need a drink after this. I don't even drink that often. As the fellows at Lore Dump like to say, I need an adult juice. Since saying specific names can apparently get you flagged for demonetization. Not that I'm monetized. I've got a ways to go before that's possible. I need about another 479 subscribers before I even meet one of the criteria. So, you know, I don't care. But, I mean, I care, because in the future, should I ever get monetization, I would like to at least have these somewhat monetizable, if anyone ever wanted to go back and watch them. I don't know. I'm not too worried about that happening right now, but I'd rather be secure for when it could happen in the future, as opposed to just, you know, saying fuck it now and then dealing with it later. I want to play Mortal Kombat. Okay, we're almost out of tackle power points. It's okay. We still have Stomp to default on. And then once we run out of Stomp, if we're still not at the level, we go out of the cave and just spam Uproar and Astonish and all the small little dogs and cats that we keep running into. Okay. One moment. Ugh. Oh, it's so close.
It's so close, I can almost taste it. Come on, SpongeBob! It's first grade. Me Wumbo, she Wumbo. Oh no, it's he Wumbo, she Wumbo. Me, she, he, Wumbo. Wumbo, Wumboing, Wumbology, the study of Wumbo.
Fun fact, the guy that plays Patrick Star, Bill Fagerbach, he also plays Marshall's dad in the show How I Met Your Mother. It's very, very fun discovering that as I watched it. Because, he doesn't show up until a little bit later in the series. But when he did show up, I lost it. I was like, oh my god, that's Patrick Star! I can do nothing against you, small pink creature. Uproar. Shit, why did I do that? Why did I do that? I did not mean to do that. We gotta run away, mother... Alright. Oh my god, the bar didn't even move that time. Oh, this is painful. Okay. Got another notch. Can we get another? Yeah. Another? No. How about this? That did something. That did more. Oh my god, it was negligible. We're so close. We're so close, chat. Please, I am begging of you. Let me get this done. Let's get this done. God, that's a reference that I hate, I know. Don't ask what that's from. I'm not telling anybody. Come on, we're right here. Yes! Finally! Oh my god! I think I hate Loudred now. Huh. Oh, now you want a new move! Fine, you can get Hyper Beam, go fuck yourself, Astonish. Oh my god. Oh, my Lord in heaven. Alright. Let me just do that. I don't have a single gym badge, but I got a Pokemon to evolve at level 40. Oh, boy. Just so that I have one extra attacking move, I am going to be teaching Cut to slack off here. Yeah, I did. I definitely did. Okay, great ball. Nice. That's great. Stop. Thank you. Okay. Oh boy. This is gonna be horrible. What level do I have to get this thing to? $18. I have to get 12 levels before this thing evolves into a Vigoroth. Hang on. Okay, so I want to keep using Cut because it's got a higher BP. Finally, we killed something on our own. Oh boy. Wow, we leveled up too. Sure, we'll use an X attack. Okay. Yeah, this grind is gonna start off more painful than the Whismur grind, I'm realizing. Let's see how many levels we can get in before I want to end the stream. Do this. Fuck it. We'll just... Yeah. Level 8! Yay! Yippee! I'm just gonna do this. Yeah. Just loaf around. Just loaf around. Heal up. I didn't mean to do that! Hey, yeah, 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 yeah. Damn, that's crazy work. Can we actually make contact? Thank you. Ultra Ball, nice. You know, I think it'd be very interesting if you could use certain moves while loafing around. Like, I feel like Yawn would be good as, like, a loafing around type move. Okay, level 9. We are officially at the halfway point between our level and the next level. Not the next level, the next stage of our evolutionary line. Can you tell that my brain is slowly turning into mushy peas? Nice crit. Nice crit. Well, that's going to run away. There's no point in staying after this. Wow. Whoa! Alright. You know what? I will set myself for level 10. That will be my end point. Just because I am starting to feel the drain very much so. So I guess I'll start the wrap-up process now. Thank you, everyone who came out today. It's been real cool having folks in stream. I wish that I had more exciting content to show off this whole time today, but, you know, unfortunately we had to get through the most tedious part of the grind. Thankfully, that is at least done. Tomorrow, we will be back with more LEGO Star Wars The Complete Saga for the Nintendo DS. And on Friday, I will continue, unfortunately, LEGO Star Wars 2, the original trilogy. Hopefully, you know, it won't be as painful as it has been. But we'll get through it. And I fully intend to master that on stream. I think it should be fairly doable. We just have a lot of grinding to do, really. So I look forward to seeing everyone next week. I look forward to seeing everyone tomorrow. And remember to look forward to next Tuesday, where we will be back with more of this lovely, wonderful, exciting Professor Oak Challenge. Where hopefully by that time we will be able to finish the slack off into Vigoroth grind, get ourselves a nice, delightful slacking, and then progress forward with just everything else that we have to do pre-Badge 1. Which thankfully shouldn't be nowhere as tedious, or shouldn't be anywhere as tedious as these last ones were. So yeah, thank you guys again for coming out, and I will see you tomorrow.